Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or hi if you're new. It's Libby. Today I'm doing a somewhat late not TBR, August book haul. And when I mean late. It's September 20th right now. So they should have gone up at the beginning of the month. But it did not, so it's going up now. So I bought 12 books this month, which is not too bad. And I have read at least half of them, so I'm happy about that. In no particular order, I did get Yana of the Dawn Volume 39. I have read this one recently and loved it. Can't say too much, but this follows our main character Yana, who is the princess in her kingdom, and then she witnesses one of her closest friends, which is this guy, murder her father on her 16th birthday. And then she and her bodyguard are Hack is on the run. And then Yona is going to find these four dragons that are alive, and then they come together and try and take back her kingdom, basically. And it's really good. This is a fantasy, it's also a romance involved, and all sorts of fun stuff going on. And I'm thoroughly enjoying this. I won't shut up about it until it's over. I need volume 40, like now. But yes, Young of the Dawn volume 39. Then I got these two kind of go in hand. The Mistake and The Score by L. Kennedy. I have not read these two yet, and I'm excited to. After reading The Deal, I'm excited to read these. I know nothing about these. All I know is they're hockey romances, and they follow different couples that are in this off-campus series. So, in The Mistake, we follow Logan and Grace. So, and then in The Score, we follow Haley and Dean. So, I'm excited to read these. So I got Continue. Then I got, which I showed in the vlog, I haven't read it yet, Bring Me Your Midnight by Rachel Griffiths. This is her third book. I've read her other two, and I'm excited to read this. I know nothing about this book, other than it has to deal with, I think, some sort of witch magic and stuff. That is all I know. And I just noticed on the back, Adeline Grace blurbs this, which you will see her in a minute. And so has Carrie Maniscalco, Stephanie Garber, Rebecca Ross. So I'm excited to read this. And underneath is gorgeous. Oh my god. Love these books. So, oh, and we have a map. It's definitely a witch book. I see the word witchery in here. So, I'm excited to get to this. Hopefully I can get to it soon. Then I have another book. Speaking of Adeline Grace, the first book is in this haul as well. Foxglove, which is book 2 to Belladonna. I'm not saying too much about this as this is a sequel, but I love the hardcover copy, as you can see underneath. I don't have the hardcover copy of the first book, but the end pages also are gorgeous. So it's a beautiful book, and I'm hoping the story is just as good as the first one. So, but Foxglove by Adeline Grace. All I know, it has to do with our main character, Signa, who has been around death, followed by death since she was a baby. So, that's it. This is the sequel. I have the first book in here as well. What the Heck by Jessica Clare. I've read the first book, loved it. And in this one, we follow Penny and William, who we meet in book one. And I'm excited to read this one as well. So, it's a lot of spooky esque stuff in this haul. So, I'm excited to read What the Heck. So, yeah, Go Hex Yourself is in this haul too. So, don't worry about that. Then I got this, the Western Society of Lady Scandalers, and I know nothing about this. I saw Katie over at Katie's read the last two books in the series, and from what I've heard, they're really good. So I'm excited to read this. All I know is this is Cecilia is an ideal Victorian lady. She's also a thief, and members of the Western Society Crime Sorority, she flees to England, drinking tea, blackmailing friends, and a unique treasure by interesting means. And then Ned, who is an assassin, who is smitten with Cecilia for a moment. Ooh. And he gets direct orders to kill her. Okay. So I'm very excited to read this. I'm hoping to get to this month. So there's that. I also have The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I know nothing about this, but I've been hearing amazing things about this series. This was on the buy one get one 50% off table at Barnes, so I got this and the next book that I'm about to show you. But all I know about this one is that our main character reads people, puts details together, and yeah. And yeah, that is till the FBI comes knocking. So again, I know nothing about this. I'm hoping to get to it soon because I've heard amazing things about this series. I read the Inheritance Game by her trilogy and I loved it. So I can't wait to see this one. This was her first novel, if I'm not mistaken. So, and then on that buy one get one 50% off table, we have Belladonna by Adeline Grace. This is the first book to Foxglove. And like I mentioned before, we follow our main character, Signa, who has, ever since she was a baby, death has followed her in her wake. And she goes and lives with relatives in this mansion, and someone poisoned somebody in the mansion, and she's determined herself to find out who it is and crack this case open before anything else happens. This has a pretty purple sprayed edges. So I really enjoyed this book. You'll see this in my wrap up. So then I got Float by Kate Marchand. I also read this book in August, so you'll see that in my wrap up. This one we follow our main character Waverly, whose parents are divorced, and they don't take her on one of their expeditions they go to for the summer, so she is sent to live in Florida with her aunt, and she is from Alaska. And then she meets the next door neighbor named Blake, and she starts to fit in his friend group, and they end up falling for each other. So really good coming of age story, and I really like this book. And both families are going through hard times. So Waverly has divorced parents, and Blake's mother recently died. So trigger warnings, fair warning. Then I have Go Hex Yourself by Jessica Clare. This is the first book from What the Heck. I read this in August and loved it as well. This one follows Reggie Johnson, who answers a job in a newspaper ad that apparently only she can see. And she was applying because it was for her favorite card game, Spellcraft. But instead, she actually goes and assists for a witch, and then she meets the witch herself and the witch's nephew. What's his name? Ben, who is a warlock, and sparks fly from there. Slow burn. Really enjoyed this. Go read it if you haven't. It's really good. You'll have a fun time. Lastly, in this haul, which I also read in August, is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. This one is, in my opinion, better than A Worthy Opponent by Katie Roberts. I know. I said that. But this one we follow James, who has one agenda, and that is to destroy his enemy, Peter Michaels. And Peter has a 20-year-old daughter named Wendy. So, and then Wendy shows up in James's bar one day, and then James gets the idea in his head that he's going to use Wendy to get to Peter. However, yes, sparks fly from there, and Peter's not the typical father, so there's that. But again, I enjoyed it nonetheless. It was really good, so those are all of the books I bought in August. I don't know if I can hold it up, but I'm going to try. All the books I got in August, which is quite a lot, and I've read half. I've read from Belladonna up, so 5 books out of 12, which isn't too bad. But that is it for this video. Let me go down below what you guys bought in August. If you've read any of these, I would love to know your thoughts. And until next time, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.